Here I am, completely forgetting to start recording when I frickin' joined the game. Yeah.
Zone C captured. You have the advantage.
God, I hate not having proper sound. I hate it. Yeah, my left speaker's gone on these headphones. Good. My astros are dead, so that's great. Anyway, I've been raised aside. Welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. Where's that at? Hello. Damn.
Zone C lost.
Where I am actually talking about something that is a little bit more of a interesting topic. Now, I love the Game Awards. I love everything that they do. They celebrate games, all that. But there's one glaring problem that I've had with the most recent Game Awards, which, as of me recording this, were yesterday. And this is unscripted, off-the-cuff stuff, like normal, but so forgive me if I go on tangents or if I stop talking just due to focusing. But okay, I need to stop with these headphones. These headphones are awful. I hate it. They don't sound right. So I have to go with no audio. It's fine. It's fine. No audio is fine. I don't need the audio anyway. It's fine. I need to get new ones anyway. It's okay. Or maybe I'll just put the answers on so I have sound. I don't know.
Zone B lost.
Give me an enemy to shoot.
Good counter. Now hit them again.
Okay. Anyway.
Zone B captured. Zone advantage is yours.
In terms of what I want to talk about is the lack of...
Zone A lost.
Honestly, the one thing complaint about the Game Awards is the fact that, while it is meant to celebrate games and everything that's supposed to be about games, this year's Game Awards was an abysmal embarrassment on behalf of the higher-ups and like the corporate side of things. I'm sorry. Jeff, I love you, and I love everything you do for the Game Awards, but good lord, that Game Awards show was abysmal. It was awful. Because if you didn't know, normally whenever people accept the award, they have a huge acceptance speech. It's like thanking everybody involved. This year they were given 30 seconds. 30 seconds to say everything they wanted to do. And the Baldur's Gate devs, which I think Larian Studios is what they're called. I don't keep up Baldur's Gate that much. It is on Xbox though, so expect videos on that once I can afford it. 'Cause I do plan on doing that once I was waiting to play that once it came out on Xbox. So when it does inevitably come time to play it, I will be playing it. But regardless, going off topic, they were talking about how they had lost some developers during the events of 2020 involving the whole plague, to put it simply, because I can't say that what it's called because of YouTube and weird stuff with demonetization. Obviously, I'm not monetized, but they really are bad with channels when they mention it. The thing, the C word that's not the not so nice C word that's not the Australian one. If you catch my meaning. Ooh, shit. I don't want to challenge that anymore. Okay. Also, forgive me if my PvP skills aren't up to snuff from what I'm usually posting. I'm not a PvP player, so I play PvE, but I feel like I'm decently confident in the game. But the biggest thing that pissed me off to no end was Not even necessarily anything like any awards that didn't get deserved to be gotten. Getting, I will stand by this. Doesn't matter who wins or loses Game of the Year or Best Indie Game or whatever. Getting nominated is a huge deal, but they really need to do a couple of things next year to improve the experience for developers of indie games, because I feel so bad. I'm not a huge Pizza Tower fan. I know Evie is. Evie loves the game to death, and I respect everyone who loves it. If you love a game, absolutely up to you if you love a game. But the Pizza Tower devs walked out of the event crying because they lost. And they're just two dudes who had a game that they worked on for, I really think it was over a decade or something like that, something crazy amount of time. It's not even necessarily that I'm mad that they lost. I'm mad I'm not even mad that another game won. I'm more upset that they didn't get any recognition for that other than, hey, you were nominated. You were invited to the show type thing. And it's like, I can't believe they actually, like, got away with that. It's abysmal. And not even embarrassing, it's just abysmal. I feel so bad. But the main thing is... the main thing is just, like, the 30-second timer that all the developers had to thank people. It was abysmal. That is a joke. I'm sorry, but it's a joke. Whoever at the higher-ups decided that was the thing they should do for the Game Awards this year should be ashamed of themselves. Especially for Larian Studios, again, who they talked about how they lost people and they were only given 30 seconds. They were given 30 seconds when freaking Gonzo from the Muppets had, like, what felt like an hour of time talking about how he loves Tears of the Kingdom, which I'm okay with. It's fine. That's cultured. It's good. But he had so much time. Freaking, forgive me for not remembering the actor's name. He plays Falcon from the MCU, and he's in Twisted Metal. That's why he was there, because the Twisted Metal adaptation. He had a whole ass, like, 10-20 minute bit, it felt like. And it's like, what? What? What is that? What is that about? You know? And then, the Game of the Year, obviously, was won by, Baldur's Gate, which I'm not mad about. I wish it was, Tears of the Kingdom, because Nintendo deserves all the love for that game. Just means that maybe the next game they come out with that gets nominated will win. Who knows? Regardless, it's a joke that they were given 30 seconds. 30 seconds. I would like to point this out. In 30 seconds, you could do the entire copy pasta from Destiny that is the we stepped into a war with Cabal on Mars. If you read that at, like, not the exact speed that the game does it, but if you read that at a reasonable speed, you can... If you read that, like, reasonably fast, you can get it within 30 seconds. Destiny the meme read it in under 30 seconds. It's insane. I mean, hell, I'll even admit, Christopher Judge, who won Best Performance last year, joked about how his speech was cut short and all that, and he's probably part of the reason why the short speeches are shorter. He made a little jab at Call of Duty. It's fine. I thought it was decently funny. I was able to take the joke. Call of Duty campaign was not that short. People are saying, "Oh, it was only 3 hours." If you beat the campaign in 3 hours, I have one very important question for you. Slow down, or are you experiencing the story, or are you just doing it to get the rewards? As if you want the rewards, yeah. There's double XP in there, but bro, if you beat that campaign in 3 hours, you have something wrong with you. That game is not a 3-hour campaign. That is at least 6 to 8 hours. That's the average COD length for a campaign. Regardless, it's a joke. I'm sorry, it was just an entire joke. The Game Awards in terms of actually receiving awards. There was 45 minutes of nothing but award ceremonies, and it was a 3-hour show, almost 4-hour show. It was almost an hour of awards. 3 hours were trailers, even if you count the pre-show. That was a joke. It was a joke, and I'm disappointed with what they did with the Game Awards this year. It has nothing to do with the fact of who won. It has nothing to do with the fact to do with who was nominated. It was a joke. I'm sorry, I hate getting heated about stuff like this, but Jeff and everyone at the Game Awards community, what the actual fuck? I'm sorry, that was an entire joke of a Game Awards ceremony. That should not have been allowed to go through, and I'm going to be flat out honest, the best part of the Game Awards during that entire show was Hideo Kojima and Jordan Peele talking for almost what felt like an hour on OD. Yet, the devs of the Game of the Year got 30 seconds. I understand you want to celebrate new games, but if you're going to celebrate new games, make the people who made good games this year feel accepted and have them able to take their rewards and be happy. The certain categories that really should have had their own, like, awards and acceptance speeches did not get them. And I think the biggest and most painful thing out of that entire Game Awards that should not have happened was, I'm sorry, was just half of the weird, cringy jokes that came out of some of the developers and hosts' mouth. I'm sorry. I understand you're trying to be funny and, like, trying to make funny jokes. There's a point where it's not funny anymore. It's just not. I love games. I've been playing games for a long time. Everything about games are great, and I think the people who make them deserve the recognition. But what's even worse is the people who no longer work at these companies not deserving recognition. This is one of the greatest years of games we've ever had. I don't play a lot of the games that were really nominated. I don't play a lot of the games in general that were, like, on the list of Game of the Year contenders, other than, like, Starfield, really. But you want to know what game was nominated for a category and won in the lost in the category that it was nominated in? Destiny 2 was nominated for Best Community. And if anything, well, yes, it would be a funny joke to see the game that just had over 80% of their workforce laid off. They deserve it more than ever because they at least tried. I'm sorry, I don't keep up with Baldur's Gate, so I have no idea what their community support is like. But Bungie's community team, Liana, everyone on that community team, that Sam, I think, was another one. Everyone who was on that community team that did the Twids, or the Twids and the Twabs, everyone who was forward-facing in terms of being a developer and being the voice for the community to the devs, were ignored. They were completely disregarded. They were completely silenced because Bungie didn't make their 45% of their... They lost a 45% of what profits they wanted to have. And the fact that the Game Awards didn't even acknowledge the hundreds, if not thousands, of layoffs is a joke. It is disrespectful to so many people who make these games, and I don't care if it's something that they wouldn't normally touch on. They needed to do something. It was abysmal. It was disgraceful. I legitimately had a dream one day of being at the Game Awards and being able to not necessarily accept an award, but just be able to see the awards happen in real time, in person. To see a thing like the Keanu Reeves You're Breathtaking thing, something like that, seeing a scene like that in person was a dream of mine. Now, I'm not even joking when I say I'm not going to watch them next year if this is the thing they're going to do next year. If they are allocating acceptance speeches to 30 seconds, I am refuse to basically give them the time of day. And I'm going to say this right now, I don't care what anyone thinks. There is no such thing in this world as pettiness or anything related to oh, you're just complaining because your favorite game didn't win, or you're being petty because your favorite game didn't win. No, I'm being petty because developers of games that I love did not get recognized. Community support people of a game I absolutely am addicted to some days. A game that I absolutely love the storytelling of. I love the environments. I love everything about Destiny. Got literally cast aside and just was basically told, like, almost treated as if it was a nothing game. Treated as if it was just a game that came out and never got any support at all. Or has a community that hates it. Hates the game. Which, don't get me wrong, this community can be kind of toxic, drives me mad. But still, to basically be nominated for community support and then not only get zero acknowledgement from that, but also get to the point where they get zero acknowledgement about the layoffs from not even just necessarily frickin' Bungie, the layoffs from all of Sony's internal dev teams. Like Insomniac got gutted, Santa Monica got gutted. Like all these dev teams of great, absolutely great development studios have been getting their teams absolutely trashed due to one reason or another. And the Game Awards just was like, oh, look at this cool new DLC for God of War, a game that literally 4 people play. Like, really? Really? You're going to celebrate the DLC of a game that literally had half of its studio basically disregarded. And then another thing, a lot of people were hating on Alan Wake. Alan Wake's great. I understand that Alan Wake kind of came out of nowhere with Game Awards and stuff like that, but to say Alan Wake doesn't deserve half the shit it got is disrespectful, just as disrespectful as 30-second speeches, man. But it's just, it drives me mad that the Game Awards were able to get away with this. I am actually, like, furious. Not necessarily with Jeff, but whoever made the decision to allow 30-second speeches. That is really what ticked me off. To the point where I legitimately was, like, I wanted to write a formal letter to the committee about that. Because that is one of those things where I actually feel sick to my stomach at how much of a joke. Because if I remember to put it up on screen here, there's literally a prompter that counts down 30 seconds, and at the very end it says, please wrap it up.
Zone C lost.
That is the most disrespectful thing I think I've ever seen from any company. And I play Call of fucking Duty.
Zone B captured.
I honestly think what the Game Awards did yesterday, for me, obviously it would have been like Thursday for you guys, it would have been little, this is probably going to come on Monday. For what happened on Thursday, I would rather have tried to deal with, like, half the shit that Activision deals with. That was a better, that is legitimately how bad the Game Awards was this year, is that I would prefer to deal with Activision's drama that happens every single year than try to even give a reason as to why. And this isn't me defending Activision whatsoever. I'm just straight up saying, the people at the Community Game Awards, you're falling close to looking at what Activision is right now for me. Because I love the development studios like Treyarch and Sledgehammer, all of them are great. I love them all. Activision, I'm indifferent on. Their business decisions aren't necessarily the greatest, but... And they're, obviously, their internal culture, obviously not also great. But still, how can you let something like 30-second speeches for a developer like Ayanuma, the developer and lead, like, person on frickin' Tears of the Kingdom, get 30 seconds and then be told to wrap it up? That is disrespectful. I understand trying to make sure everyone gets a time of day, but 30 seconds and the wording of please wrap it up is disrespectful. Give them at least 2 minutes. 2 minutes is perfectly good time. And then change the wording to anything other than please wrap it up. It is so disrespectful that I am legitimately sick to my stomach with how disrespectful that is. It is a joke. And to all the developers who are nominated, I know half of you won't see this, but legitimately, just to all the developers that were nominated for awards, to all the creators, the coaches, the players of for esports awards and stuff like that, you all deserve everything that this Game Awards is supposed to celebrate. But unfortunately, you guys were basically disregarded. Seeing Iron Mouse win Game of the Year and seeing her genuine reaction, because We only found out recently that those videos that they record are usually done beforehand, as if they are going to win. The fact that Iron Mouse, a VTuber that absolutely destroyed the competition for content this year, finally just won it, and the creator of the year. I don't know who else is more deserving of it than Mouse, and I was laughing my absolute ass off at the fact that a VTuber, a small funny anime gremlin, beat out Cypher and Quackity for creator of the year. If anyone deserves it, and if anyone deserves it, it is Iron Mouse. Anyone. I love every single VTuber that I watch. Alara, Xantrea, Giga, Matarakan, Kson, Apricot, everyone I watch from Beast Shoujo, and all the other VTubers that I watch, everyone deserves all the recognition in the world. If anyone deserves that award this year, it is Iron Mouse. 100%. If any VTuber is going to get nominated, it is Iron Mouse. She absolutely has been setting new goals for VTuber creators, and it is absolutely amazing. She deserves every single second of that applause and award time.
Zone A captured. Zone B captured.
And if anyone else disagrees with that, I'm sorry, but listen. Regardless of your stance on VTubers, the fact that she has done everything, all the things that she's done, to disregard that and just be like, oh, but she's a VTuber, why didn't she show her face? She's probably just a man behind that. To all those people who are like that, fuck you.
Zone A lost.
I'm sorry, but seriously, just fuck you. Some people don't want to have their face plastered all over their channel for content. Some people don't want their entire channel to be their face. That is why I have my VTuber model. I don't want my face to be the face of my channel. It's not that I want to remain anonymous. It's not that I don't want my face out on YouTube.
The howl of the wolf is not the end.
It's that I don't really care at all about anything involving facecam stuff. At all. I just don't care. I'm sorry, I don't. And would you like to know the reason why? Because, while I understand some people don't look the greatest, and some people have these things called insecurities about how they look, I am the type of person that just doesn't want to be on camera all the time. I don't want to have to do my hair, do my makeup, do everything to just look good on camera for a video. Just for one, like, especially if it's only for one video. I'm not doing that. Especially if I get home from work, I'm not doing that. I'll do it if it's for a stream, if I would ever do face cam streams, which aren't going to happen. But you get the idea. That's part of the reason why I do it, is because I don't want to get ready every single time I want to do a stream for face cam. That's it. And the other thing I'm going to straight up say is, again, to the people in the Game Awards committee, I'm sorry, but what was this like attempt at trying to be funny and be sort of like Zoomer humor type stuff? Like, I'm sorry, it's just it was cringy. I'm sorry, that's all. I hate using the word cringy, but it was genuinely. I just kicked my trash can. It was just genuinely not an enjoyable experience with that. I legitimately at one point almost turned the Game Awards off because I was like, what am I? Are we watching the Game Awards, or are we watching like a bad stand-up comedy routine? Like, there were some jokes that landed. Again, Christopher Judge saying his speech last year was longer than the Call of Duty campaign. I'm not gonna lie, that was funny. I'm a COD player. That was funny. I mean, hell, even commented on the fact that that's a company he's not going to work for. I mean, probably. I've seen people say worse and still work for COD. I've seen people do worse and still work for COD. Not going to say who. But still, you get the idea. Being funny isn't trying to do relatable, funny, haha, Zoomer jokes. It's just called being funny. Again, I don't remember his name, but the guy who plays Falcon in The Winter Soldier, he had some really good ripping beats off of the audience, and that was funnier than 90% of the jokes that the female host, whose name escapes me, and Jeff did. Gonzo was freaking funnier than that. Gonzo. The Muppet. The Muppet. I've never watched the Muppets and I found that more enjoyable. I'm sorry. It just was more enjoyable. And again, I love celebrating games, but this was not a celebration of games. This was an advertisement for new games that 4 people are going to play. Like, obviously, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That was good. I like that. That was happy that we got to see that. We got to see news on that. I'm very happy. OD, a game that's being made by Hideo Kojima, the absolute god tier man that is, and Jordan Peele, the god tier man that he is. And then we got an ad for Don't Walk, I think. Like the game that's made by the Untitled Goose Game guys. Like, cool. I love that. It's good. Like, I'm gonna probably play it. It looks fun. It looks stupid. I love it. And then we got a bunch of ads for games that I'm never gonna play. Like, for example, exactly. If I can't remember the name, then I don't give a shit. If I can't remember the name of the game, I don't really give a shit. Actually, no. I know one game that I really was interested in, and it's a PlayStation exclusive. The new Dragon Ball Budokai game. Beautiful game. I love Dragon Ball. Absolutely love it. First anime I technically ever watched. On PlayStation. Never gonna play it. I hate exclusives. I've said this till the day I die. Exclusives suck. Exclusives do not belong in gaming. They should be phased out they should be phased out. I hate it. It's awful. I don't like it. I understand you can make more money that way, but in my eyes, you make more money if you can get the largest audience on it. I don't care what anyone says. Exclusives suck. Exclusives are awful. I want PlayStation players to play Starfield. I want Xbox players to play God of War, or Spider-Man, or anything. I don't care who owns what. I want to play games that are fun. I do not give 2 shits who makes it. I just want to play a fun video game. That's it. I don't care who makes it. I don't care. Well, obviously I do care a little bit who makes it. I'm not gonna play fucking Hogwarts Legacy, the joke that is. But like, you get the idea. I don't care if it's made by a studio of 4 people or a studio made by 1,000. I just want to play games because they're fun. They are an escapism thing for me. They are the only thing that keeps me somewhat sane. And the Game Awards legitimately is a joke. The 2023 Game Awards was the biggest joke of the year. And that's saying something. When we had literally hundreds of thousands of devs get laid off due to loss of profits or who knows what else. All of these people who lost their jobs over the past year deserve the recognition more than the devs who have been the higher ups who have been leeching off of those people and leeching off of players who do not deserve it. It is a joke and I am disappointed. All I ask is that for the next Game Awards, there is more time given to the devs who deserve it, and there is more outward recognition and acknowledgement to the devs who are no longer either alive or working in the industry. It is abysmal, it is disgraceful, and overall disrespectful towards all the people who make these games.
Zone C captured. Zone advantage is yours.
This was a long rant, I know, over almost 30 minutes. I do want to talk about some good things in another video. I'm sorry, but I do hate making ranty type videos, but listen, when it comes to something like this that legitimately got me so heated to the point where I actually couldn't sleep writing down notes on this, I think I'm pretty mad. I understand not every game deserves to win everything. I understand that. I wish Tears won more things. I wish Mario Wonder won more things. I wish so many games. I wish Baldur's Gate didn't do a near sweep, because there were games in other categories I think deserved it. Perfect example of this, Jedi Survivor deserves so much more. Jedi Survivor is an amazing game that I plan on playing very soon, probably in the new year, because guess what? I'm going to show you right now, I own it now. I own Jedi Survivor now. I bought it for $30 because it was on sale. It is something that, to me, deserves the recognition. It deserves everything. But what do we get for recognition on Jedi Survivor? Basically just best performance and best RPG, and it lost in both of them. And also to Neil Newborn, congrats on the award. Cameron, you deserve that reward in my heart, because you are the highlight of that game. You are the only thing that makes Jedi Survivor good 90% of the time. I'm joking. I love Jedi. I love Fallen Order. I love Fallen Order, so I'm hoping Jedi Survivor lives up to that same level of excitement that I did. Regardless, I'm done talking about negative stuff. I'm sorry. I'm done. Tomorrow's video is going to be on some of the aftermarket parts in Modern Warfare 3. Basically, I'm gonna not do them all the time, but I do want to try and go down the list of all the aftermarket parts and do a video on the gun, how they feel, and kind of my thoughts on it. Basically going down a list of guns, not all, like in a row, type of like kind of reviewing them. Then Wednesday is gonna be probably a video on Warzone 3, quote unquote 3, basically new Urzikstan map. Thursday will be a video on something, most likely probably Fortnite, Lego Fortnite or Rocket Racing, one of the two. Friday will obviously be Destiny 2 weekly story. Saturday will be Modern Warfare 3 campaign. Next Sunday, obviously this, I don't know, you obviously would have seen what went up yesterday, but next Sunday is going to be most likely just a random, like maybe Sonic Frontiers or something like that. I don't know. I'm probably gonna take a crack at Sonic Frontiers a little bit over the weekend. I basically work all this week, unfortunately. So I basically work up until my surgery. So if it's just if the video seems kind of hodgepodge together, that's why. But yeah, that being said, hope you guys did enjoy this. I know it was a bit of a ranty video, but yeah, if you want to see me do more like topic-based content, I do want to do a review on Starfield. I want to do a review on I guess review in terms of shows are loose, because I don't want to be a review channel. But I do want to do a review on The Boys and the Gen V, like that whole universe. And I do want to do more review and opinion-based content. Maybe stuff that with more scripts. But if you do want to see more stuff like that, leave a like, subscribe. I upload every single day. If we can hit 1K by my birthday, which I doubt would happen, or even 500 by my birthday, which is February 12th, I will work on getting my stuff for my debut a little bit faster, because money has been very tight recently. So yeah, regardless, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next video live stream. What I make. Have a good day, buddy. Stay safe and just show some respect to developers, please. For the love of God, I'm going to go mad if we keep disrespecting developers. Please show them a little bit of respect, please, especially ones who are no longer working.